Hi, my name is Jacob Beck and this is my tutorial how to sharpen a knife. I'm gonna wear this action cam during the video so that you can go find a different video with the point of view or my POV. It might be easier for you to get a sense of how to sharpen if you see it from my perspective. So, today I'm gonna sharpen a VG10 Santoku. This is around 62 Rockwell HRC. This knife is quite thin, so it's not gonna take a long time to sharpen. With every sharpening stone that I sell, I give away these sharpening guides. This is a 14, 17 and 20 degree guide that you put on your sharpening stone and lean the knife against. It's very good for beginners to check what is the angle that you're sharpening at, because the most important thing when you're sharpening knives is to keep a consistent angle. You put the knife against the sharpening angle and start to move the knife back and forth with light pressure. And what you want to do is you want to start forming the edge. So this is a 250 grit plated diamond stone, and it's going to remove material relatively quickly. As you can see, I'm already forming a very nice edge on this knife. Need to do a little bit more on the tip. And there we go. So that's it for the profiling on one side. Now I'm moving to the other side. It sounds a little bit rough in the beginning. And that's because you most likely already formed some amount of burr on the other side. It's completely okay and very relevant to check yourself once in a while, because if you lean too flat, you're going to start creating that edge further up than you want. Then it's no longer going to be flat and consistent. So it's okay to lift up your knife and have a look at the edge once in a while. After a while, you're going to start forming a burr. A burr is material that's stuck to the very edge of the knife, and you need to remove it because, as it is right now, it is combed over on the side that's not against the stone. If you don't remove it, then it's going to comb over once you start using the knife, and the knife will go dull very, very quickly. So at this step of the sharpening, you need to check where have you formed the burr. Very often you will start forming the burr in the middle and not at the tip and the bottom of the blade. So you need to continue and apply a little bit more pressure either at the top or the tip. And that's the case right now. And once you have formed the burr the entire way on the knife, I'm missing a little bit here in the bottom. I'm going to continue a little bit more. So, as I was saying, once you have formed the burr along the entire edge, it's time to move up in grit. As a beginner, I really don't think you need more than a good quality dual-sided plated diamond stone and a leather straw. But we'll get to that. Now you're going to, I just turned around the stone, so now this is 1150 degrees. You're going to start on the side that has the burr. So you're going to point the burr downwards. And again, using the angle guide, put it at the top of the stone, lean the knife against it, start moving back and forth. It's going to be a little bit difficult in the beginning. There will be more resistance because you have that sharp burr leaning down. You might see some of it come off and just like just brush it off the stone. Continue with lightening pressure. So at this point, you don't need to press very hard, like you didn't before either, but just lighter and lighter pressure. Check your work. And then you're going to check for a burr. Now the burr is already formed on the side, not leaning against the stone the entire way, which is good, because that means that you can turn around the knife. Now you do the same thing on that side. This is called edge or scratch pattern refinement. So you move up in grit, but as a beginner, what's more important than having a beautiful mirror polished edge is understanding when does the burr form and how do I minimize it. So once you have done this, refined the scratch pattern, and the burr has moved to the other side once more, you're actually basically done with the sharpening. Now you need to minimize the burr, which you do by moving the knife same way as before, back and forth, just less and less and less. Now I'm using very light pressure. This is a new stone, so it is a bit more rough than it would be if I had used this stone many times, but concept is the same. Very light pressure, alternating passes, back and forth. And the most important thing is you maintain that consistent angle. This is moving the burr back and forth, minimizing it, making it smaller and smaller and smaller, and it might even come off. But there will 100% be a little bit left, and we will take care of that on the leather strop. So I sell these too, but you don't need to buy mine. You can buy a piece of leather, just use it as is. Stropping knives is nothing new. Like barbers have been doing it for hundreds of years, and you've probably seen it in movies. The reason they do it is to remove the burr and leave the knife with a beautiful sharp apex, which is stable and very sharp. My leather strop is dual-sided. It has the rough side of the leather on one side and fine side on the other side. So I start with the rough side, and the reason I do that is because that if you have some amount of burr left on the knife and you start stropping on your fine side of the leather, you're going to scratch it up and it's going to be ruined very quickly. So that's why beginners should have a rough-sided strop. I just do this a few times. You can go multiple times on one side, multiple times on the other. The point is just to move back and forth. Same like sharpening angle, same angle, but just moving away from the edge. Because if you go the other way, you're going to cut into your leather strop. Once you feel like there's no resistance, you're just gliding the knife across the leather. You move the strop around. On this side, I have applied polishing compound, also my own. This is around 1 to 1.2 micron diamond polishing compound. It's 1.5 W. And I do the same thing. Just move back and forth. The compound is going to remove the help remove the burr, but also polish the edge, which leaves you with a sharper knife. And doing this, just a few passes. You don't need to stand here and do this all day. It might even make the knife duller if you overstrop. Once you've done this correctly, you should be able to cut something like a newspaper roll, or something like a tomato. Whoops. Very nice timing.
I have been down for a long time.
I wasn't talking to you. And that is it for the Sharpening for Beginners video. And if you're interested in seeing how you can make the knife even sharper and more refined, then you can check out my Sharpening for Pros video. Bye bye.